And welcome tonight at Racing League F1 Season 8 C5 Great Britain Grand Prix. I'll be your commentator tonight, Rick, aka always Rick. First time here, so I hope I will do a good job. As we are looking to the qualifying right now, as we see, it's a wet qualifying. As we are looking at Fifi right now, setting on the first lap for this qualifying. And yeah, so we see it's a wet track today, so that will definitely be a point going into the race. Because knowing that the race will be dry today, so today it will be a spectacular qualifying, as Fifi is setting on his lap, going on to Beckett's right now, and we see that there is some struggle finding the grip on track at the moment, as he's when he spins, but he saves it and keeps it out of the wall. What a great job from Fifi. And going through the track real quick, we have Annoyed Gamer on the first lap, Huss on the first lap, at Prophetic already out of qualifying. I missed that so quick, so that's a shame for him. Also Skipper on the outlap, Blaze on the outlap, Milo also on a fast lap, as we switch back to Fifi, who entered the pits. Oh, he invalidated, so that's a shame on him. As Mavericks has the third time with a 1:38.8. So definitely some room for improvement there, but yeah, of course the track isn't that dry yet, and we have a yellow flag in sector 3. As I got a bit of a name glitch right here, 2 names missing. And Esme is setting on a fastest lap right now at 1:37.7. So that's the pole time at the moment, and we see Huss on the side of the track, so he probably spun right there. But he did set a lap, so he's safe for now. And we got Blaze on the fastest lap. Just went over start finish, entering in sector 1. So yeah, definitely a change in strategy for the drivers tonight, as the track is wet. And for the people just joining in, welcome. And I hope I will do the commentary good for you tonight. As I see in the chat already some fans for Fifi, so good luck on him. Quick confirmation for myself, is my voice clear for everyone watching? As we are watching Beat Their Pirates right now on an outlap. On board with Blaze, as also GURPS is coming in for a fastest lap. Alright, thanks Brent for the heads up, as GURPS is setting a fastest sector 1, so that's quite a good start for him. As we go through, Milo going in, Bogarovsky with a fastest sector 2 at the moment. He had a 1:49.0 at his first lap. Let's see where he's going through now. as he is entering the last turn. Oh, and he spun right in the last turn of the track, so that's unfortunate for him. As we switch back to GURPS, going into sector 3. Almost in second to last corner. And so far he's doing a well job on the lap. And we have a car spun. It's probably... oh, I think it was the Alpha Tauri of Fifi. As you also see Smith driving slow, and GURPS just set up the fast lap with a 146.9, so that's a really good job on him. As he now invalidates on his second lap, so try and save some fuel there, and a yellow in sector. I believe that's it for GURP for driving slow. As Crankybot is now coming up, doing his first lap, and also Fifi on his hard lap. So let's stay on Fifi for a moment, as we see he's got some fans in the chat. And oh, a bit of slide there, but he managed to save it. So a lot of the yellow flags so far are for cars letting drivers pass by, as only Property has DNF so far, so that's a shame for him. Really unfortunate, but luckily for him he will, of course the whole grid will have fresh tires for the start, but Property is a fast driver, so he will probably can climb up the ladder and take some points today, as Ralph goes out of the way for Fifi. Real nice. And Fifi going on the hanger straight right now, setting up a faster sector 2. So where will he go? That's the question right now. And yeah, so Ralph is the sector 3 yellow flag, letting cars go by on their out lap, on his hard lap. As Fifi, is he gonna make it with fuel? But yeah, he is, and he's setting P1 with 36.7. So that's a good lap on him. And we switch to Milo on his out lap, so that we look at Ferrari. I got a name glitch here, so oh, when he spun, yeah, that's oh, he's back on track, but he managed to say get it off track quickly. Skipper goes by him now. There's also Skipper hasn't set a lap yet, but he's on his hard lap right now. And a yellow sector 1 and 2, but that's also for a car just driving slow. Just saving fuel for another hard lap for the Ferrari, I guess. As Skipper now goes up to Maggot Baggots. As also GURPS is on a hard out lap, and we see the Ferrari. Oh, he's out of the race. That's quite a shame for him, with a 140 on his fastest lap so far, so that will definitely be one for the back. And we have Milo going into sector 2 right now. As we're gonna have a quick switch. Oh, it's yellow flag in sector 3. I believe that's for Bogorowski. Oh, it's for the... oh yeah, it's the Alfa Romeo of Blaze out of fuel. And we have, so let's switch back to Milo as he goes on the hanger straight right now. Set it up a faster sector 2, so that will definitely be one to watch, as the track is looking to dry up real quick at the moment. Going into the last corner right now, as Crankybot takes a P1 with a 36.4 and Milo going to P5. That's a good lap of him, and Crankybot just took P1, so that's a good qualifying for the Red Bull so far, taking P1 and P3. But of course Gerb still on a hard lap, so let's see where Gerb can take it so far. As Annoyed Gamer, I believe. Oh, he invalidated, so that's not great for him. Skipper going into the pit lane. Bogorovsky setting a faster sector 2 at the moment on the hanger straight. He is in P13 at the moment, but he will definitely be quicker now because the track is clearly drying up, as it's also stopped raining. So is there maybe room for one last run on slicks? And Bogorovsky going to P6. That's a great lap for him. There's also Gerbs going into the last sector right now. He's a bit struggling right there. And yeah, he's off time. So no faster lap for him right now. But he can still do another lap, as he has 1 lap so far at his intermediates. And we have Ralph also going, oh, he's also invalidated. So I guess the track isn't dry enough so far for slicks at the moment, as a lot of cars still trying to kind of struggling with finding grip just off the racing line. As Smith said, the fastest lap so far at P1 with a 36.1. So that's quite a gap to P2. And the only car not setting a time right now is the Mighty Frax. He's still in the pit lane. Is he waiting for the right moments? Maybe waiting to let the track dry up a little more, and then go for the attack on P1. Also Ralph is going for a last. Yeah, so we see some slips with a lot of cars on those intermediates, as Fifi just takes it and goes on the softs. Is he going for an outlap though? He's still in the pit lane. I do believe he's going for a last lap so far, and that will definitely give him great advantage on the track, as Gerbs doesn't improve himself so fast. And a yellow in sector 3. That's for a McLaren, I believe. Yeah, so that will be Smith. And Fifi not going for a lap so far, as he is entering. Oh, he spun, and leaving the pit lane he spun. So it's definitely not dry enough there, but I do believe, yeah, he got wing damage, so that will definitely affect his lap. And that's quite a shame, for going into the last minute of the qualifying, trying to take advantage, as also Bogorovsky goes for the soft. Can he still make it to make a last lap? That's a big question here, as the Mighty is still in the pit lane. We are watching Blaze at the moment. Who is already on a 134. So that's no improvement for him. And we are watching with Xen, who is improving himself, I guess. Yeah, he definitely is improving himself, but yeah, a lot of cars struggling with grip on those intermediates, as the track is pretty dry right now. So yeah, tires will heat up very fast now, as we see Crankybot just at a spun, I guess. So he was off the track. And are we watching? Oh, and Maverick is spun. Ah, that's... but can he keep it out of the wall? Yeah, he kept it out of the wall pretty good. Luckily not breaking off his rear tire. But there's no fast lap for him, as Ralph Albers goes for his last run. But yeah, we can definitely see the intermediates don't work anymore, as he does improve himself, going for P4. And that's a great qualifying for the McLaren so far, taking P4 and P1. As also the Red Bulls are doing a great job, going for P5 and P2. And are there some cars left going for a lap? I believe Blaze is, and he keeps it on P13. We have a yellow in sector 3, and I believe that was for Gerbs, but he also entered the pit lane, so no worries there. There's all the cars entering the pit lane right now, so it's definitely not doable on those intermediates anymore. And so that was it for qualifying, I guess. Going through the standings right now real quick, we have Asmith at P1, Crankybot P2 and Fifi at P3. Good laps from all of them. Of course, Asmith, really fast driver, and setting up a great improvement right here by taking that P1. As we believe, waiting, yeah, there was it, and the qualifying is done. So really spectacular qualifying for so far. A lot of guys trying to set his fastest lap from last 5 minutes on those intermediates, but it didn't work anymore. The track was too dry and the tires heated up too quick. So going through the top 5 now is Adbit at P1, Crankybot in the Red Bull at P2, Fifi in the Alpha Tauri at P3, Ralph Albert in the McLaren on P4, and Gerbs in the Red Bull on P5. Really close to each other overall. As we can see, till P10 is just over a second gap to P1, so that will definitely be good to watch, as the race is going to be dry, and all the cars of course having fresh tires. So what will this be based on strategies? As we've seen in other divisions this week, that a lot of strategies can work. We've seen a lot of undercuts, just trying out different tires and setups. So let's see what C5 can bring out today. That qualifying was great to watch. And we are waiting for the session to start right now. As the warm-up lap will start, I guess. Yes, there we go. It took a little time, but we are off, going for the warming up lap. On board with Smith, who really had a great qualifying. And we'll definitely be watching Crankybot as championship leader. Looking for that P1 today, of course. Trying to improve his points today. So he will definitely try and attack Smith from lap 1 on. So let's see the tire setup for the cars right now. As we see the top 10, a lot of guys going for the medium, so that was so that will definitely have an idea behind it. And all went from P10 to P17, they are all on soft, so those guys are really trying to be fast from the start on and try to climb up in the ladder. And the cars going on to the finishing line now and positioning themselves to start this race. As we can see, Property now joining in. So predicted strategies, and we are having the lights right now. There's 5 lights on and off, and we are off at Great Britain Silverstone as Smith had a great start there. Also Crankybot, oh, and we see GURPS already in P3, so he had a great start. And we see some falling backs from, oh, and we see front wing flying off from Renault, I guess. As we switch back to the front, as Fifi already taken back P3. And oh, a lot of front wings flying around, and we have a virtual safety car, and we see the Williams or Bogarovsky already having front wing damage, as also does Haas. Can we see any more front wing damages from the back? I believe everyone else got through clear. So virtual safety car after just half a lap, so that's quite spectacular. And GURPS really keeping that car right behind Smith. As there's already forming a little gap from on P6. So yeah, what a start so far. The Alfa Romeo of Xen going into the pit lane, also Bogarovsky going into the pit lane. And a few different Haas also. So 4 cars going into the pit lane right now as the virtual safety car is clear, and we are going to watch Annoyed Gamer, who is really close behind the Maverick, and he is also close behind Ralph. is he going to make it? So far he's not using DRS and going for the overtake, setting in it to the... Oh, and that's a really close fight right there, going next to each other through the corner, and Annoyed Gamer had to hold back, not hitting the gravel. So that's a great fight going on already, as we have a little standing glitch, I believe. As Asmis is definitely trying to get GURPS out of his back. And the times are falling away at the moment, thanks to the game. As we had the Ferrari off pretty close. Yeah, it's not too tense so far, so the game is a little bit crashing up right here. As Annoyed Gamer is still looking to close in on Maverick, but the gap went big quite fast as GURPS is closing in on Asmith, having the DRS and trying to put it next to Asmith, but it didn't work out so far. So unfortunately, oh, and can he cross him right here? No. Asmith taking a better line. And GURPS got a 3-second penalty already, so that's unfortunate for him so early in the race. Trying to fight for P1, of course. And Fifi having DRS on, but also GURPS on DRS, so that's not gonna work out for him so far. As we also see some fighting in the back, as Property is moving on to P8. Great overtake from him there. And also Blaze looking to overtake the Ferrari in front of him, but oh, he had a little slip right there. And also the Mighty Fax watching for a gap on Beat the Pirate, but not able to close in that fast at the moment. As we can see, the guys needed to pit already at quite a gap so far, as Milo goes for the hard tire already. And we have Proptic already close behind Skipper. Can he put it next to him right now? No, he's just not gonna make the move. And that's Asmith off. So I kinda missed what happened there, but that's a shame for him, fighting for P1 and then sliding off the track and losing a lot of time right there. As also Blaze is next the track. Oh, and that was not a great way to re-enter the track right there, as the Mighty Fax almost hit the wall trying to get back on track. So definitely not taking care right there, as he takes a 5-second penalty for Blaze. And oh, we had another, and that's Annoyed Gamer next to the track. So also Annoyed Gamer spun off, having no damage so far, but of course, yeah, the tires heated up really quick, taking on a lot of gravel. So you need to drive it on. You need to drive that gravel off the tire. It could take some time, but of course a fast track, so it will be clean quick enough. We are watching Property closing in on the Maverick. And Skipper also looking to close in on Property again, but of course Property having a DRS, ERS on, going for the move on the Maverick, here on the hanger straight, setting it in the inside of the corner, and oh, little touch right there. I don't think that, nah, there's definitely no one to blame there, as Maverick just tried to stay on the racing line, but of course it's a hard place to overtake, as Skipper trying to make advantage of the mistake from Papatik, closing in right now. Is he gonna be close enough to take the 6th place in the DRS zone? And the answer to that is no, he's not gonna be close enough. And we see also Crankybot hunting on Fifi, who is of course on the slower tire, but still keeping it within a second. So is it possible to have 1-2 for the Red Bulls so far in the race? As you go through the hanger straight right now, but yeah, he's too far away to make the move. And also Property already closing in to the Maverick, taking the better line here. Maverick going a bit wide, and at a little bit of lug up. And what can he do right here? As we have a yellow flag in sector 2, that's Milo. And Milo is off. And there's a safety car. So this will definitely change the strategies for a lot of guys, I guess. As we are entering lap 7. And we have a safety car. And Milo off track and he DNF'd. So that's really unfortunate for him. Having a really good qualifying, bit of a shame getting damage already in the first lap, but yeah, that's unfortunate for him, as we was trying to get back onto the top 10. As Fifi is definitely trying to keep that car within a second on Gerbs, going to join the safety car. So they will definitely have a change in plans for a lot of cars, but we also only see 2 cars spinning in, and that's Bogorovsky and the Mighty Frags. So Bogorovsky going to the medium tire, and the Frags going on the soft tire. So and now we see a lot of guys entering the pit lane. You see Gerbs, Fifi, Ralph, Property, Skipper, the Pirate, Smith, and one of the Ferraris. And also Annoyed Gamer going in. So oh, that will be quite close, I guess. And Maverick taking P2 right now. While we are on the safety car, let's watch the penalty so far. Skipper having a drive-through penalty, and also Annoyed Gamer with a drive-through penalty, so that will definitely affect their standings in this race right now. Maverick with a 3-second, Gerbs with a 3-second penalty, Ralph also with a 3-second penalty, as also the Mighty is gone off. He's gone off under the safety car. So what happened there? Oh, and he's disqualified. So definitely curious what happens there, getting disqualified this early. Of course, then getting disqualified all overall. Back to the penalties, as Ralph has a 5-second penalty, Huss also on a 5-second penalty, and Blaze on a 5-second penalty. As the Maverick, as the top 5 already joined the safety car, Property joining in right now, and then there's quite a gap and Train forming up, but they will be, I guess they will be joining the safety car, entering sector 1, as we are watching the Maverick behind CrankyBot. And we can take a look at the stops. So everybody took a stop except for CrankyBot and the Maverick so far. And position changes, it's Property going up 12 places so far as the highest. So that's a good race for him. Maverick also taking 7 places, but he still needs to pit, of course. Their Pirates also 8 places. And for the cars who are unfortunate this race so far, it's Bogarowski with losing 8 places so far, and Ralph, but he just joined the pit lane, so he has done his 5-second penalty. Good thing for him, as the cars almost back behind the safety cars. Only 3 cars need to join right now, as Ralph already close, and also Bogarowski and Skipper close to rejoining. So we see a lot of cars going for the mediums, and a few 2 cars only for the hard tire. So that's quite discussable, I guess. I think you can, yeah, it's probably able to finish this on the medium tire, going just 17 cars, and of course having no tire wear, not a lot tire wear at least, behind the safety car. So let's see how it will work out for the guys on the hard tire, as Xen goes for the soft tire still. 6 laps on the soft tires. So he will definitely need to pit again. As we see Annoyed Gamer joining the pit lane, so what happens there? Can we see he's serving a penalty, I see, and also taking on a new front wing, so he took some damage somewhere. I guess, is it possible to have Skipper? Skipper also on a drive-through penalty, but maybe, as we see Blaze already took 10 seconds penalty, so maybe he had a little contact with Blaze. As we're going to rejoin the front row. Definitely car to watch is Gerbs right now on the younger tire than the 2 cars in front of him, one of them being his teammate. As the safety car goes for one last lap, I guess, as Annoyed Gamer is driving to rejoin the safety car. So quite a race so far. the Mighty disqualified somewhere, and Milo already DNF'd really early in the race. As we can see, the Alpha Tauris are in a great position on 5 and 4, so that will definitely be a good fight there. Can they make it hard for GURPS? And we see the safety car going in, and we are rejoined as we watch the first 3 cars, as Xen is really close to the Ferrari here, but couldn't make the move so far. And GURPS already real close to the Maverick. Maverick having a little log up and going to the first DRS zone, but of course no DRS because the safety car just went in. So no taking advantage of there, but he's definitely trying to keep it real close behind the first 2 cars and trying to overtake and take P2 at least. As we are going to Maggots Backers right now. Oh, bit wide there. Ralph also really close behind Blaze, as Blaze going real close into Maggots Backers behind Huss. Can he make it on ERS right here? And yeah, he's through. So good overtake, clean overtake from him there. As Bogarowski already looking for a gap on Ralph, being on the older tire, but still having another grip. And we see some 5-second penalties getting in, as Skipper and Annoyed Gamer serving their drive-through penalty, but Annoyed Gamer also taking 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. And we have F-Myth on the hard tire, real close behind the Ferrari. Can he make it here? Lining it up further inside, and he's through. That's a really good overtake from him, as he was unlucky to spun real early in the race, losing P1, and now climbing his way back up. We have both the Alpha Tauris real close behind each other. Fifi looking to close in on GURPS, and Property looking to close in on his teammate. Can he make it from this DRS zone? And he is, yeah, he's through. Now attacking, so they will definitely give a little air to GURPS. Those 2 cars fighting against each other, as GURPS closing in on Maverick, and also the Ferrari real close on Blaze. On, of course, the slower tire, but yeah, he's making it work. Oh, and taking 3 seconds there, so that's unfortunate. So let's rejoin the front with GURPS, and also Property really trying to close in on GURPS and take that P3, leaving his teammates a little bit behind, but still within a second, so they can still attack with each other. And Property close right now, going into Maggots Backers. Entering the DRS zone in Chapel, but yeah, also GURPS on a ERS, and oh, he's setting it in the inside and he's through with Maverick, so that's a really good overtake from him. Now Property need to fight his way to Maverick, but of course having younger tires should make it that hard, but Maverick defending his place real good so far. And also Fifi really looking for the gap on his teammate, trying to take back that P4 and then rejoin the fight for the podium. And we have Ralph closing in on Bokarovsky. And also in the back, don't forget about that, we have Annoyed Gamer, Skipper and Xane fighting each other, as Annoyed Gamer is really closing in on Skipper, but not good enough so far. But can he make it in the first DRS zone, or just get it behind him close enough to take it in the second? As Propertic is still really close behind Gerbs. And he's going for it. Going side to side. And Propertic overtake. Oh, and there was a little touch there, I guess. But Gerbs kept it out of this. But I guess Fifi didn't. Kept it out of the spun of Gerbs, and he is out of the race. How unfortunate for him. And there is a virtual safety car, so that's a shame for Fifi. Really trying to rejoin the fight for the podium, and then I guess he hit Gerbs when he spun. So that's a shame for Fifi. Wow. Luckily for the team to have a car on P2, but of course you would love to have two cars in the front rows. As Blaze takes a drive-through penalty for speeding on the virtual safety car. And let's watch to the penalties again, as Gerbs also takes a drive-through penalty. So that will affect his fight so far, as the Maverick is really close to Gerbs right now, entering the DRS zone in Chapel. Can he overtake him? No ERS used, so he's saving it up. And let's re-watch in the back, as we see Annoyed Gamer really close to Skipper, but oh, we back down. Not daring to set the car next to him there. And also Ralph really close behind Bogarowski right now, going onto the finishing line. To turn one. Oh, and not having the speed right there. So something happened there, as he was in 8th gear, but not having the speed to keep up, so he lost a lot of time right there. And we see Gerbs really close behind Property right now, as Maverick fallen back a little bit, still behind, still second behind, but not enough for the DRS. And Property taking a 3-second penalty also now for going too wide. And oh, he's going for the move on Crankybot. Can he? And that's a clean overtake. So Property just took P1 with some really great fighting and really taking good advantage of the DRS zones, climbing himself up from P5 to P1. So that's a really good race for him so far, as Crankybot enters the pit lane right now, and also Gerbs going for the pit. Serving his drive-through penalty, I guess. Also the Maverick going in. And now we see F-Mid back in P2. But can he close the gap fast enough to rejoin the fight for the win? As we see, the Crankybot goes for the soft tires, what of course is understandable, and also Maverick going for the soft tire. And we have the Ferrari close to Bogarowski right now, going for P4. As also Ralph is trying to close in on the fight. And also trying to fight for the points. Having the better exit than the Ferrari right here. Using overtake. Is he going through? Can he manage to set it next to the Ferrari? And no, he didn't. But still real close behind him, so maybe he can go for another one. Entering this finishing line. And also Skipper in the back. Having DRS on Xen. But not able to. And Annoyed Gamer just closing in on Skipper. Can he manage to set it next to him right here? No, he can't. And just patiently waiting for another move, as Maverick already climbing himself way back up. And Ralph still really close behind the Ferrari here. But can he manage to keep it close enough behind him until the DRS zone? Of course, the Ferrari not having a DRS right now, because Bogarowski has managed to get away from him, and there is Ralph closing in and taking P4 real clean. So good driving from him. And let's look at the back, where Annoyed Gamer is still really close behind Skipper. Going into Chapel right now. On the DRS zone, but it's a DRS train right now. Is he faster? But he isn't, so that's unfortunate. And oh, he took a better exit and takes Skipper on the outside. Is he? Oh, and Skipper crossed him back, so wow, what a fight right there. And Annoyed Game is crossing him back right now. Pushing Skipper a little bit off the track. And Skipper backing out. Real smart of him. That almost caused a crash. As Annoyed Gamer really pushed Skipper a little bit out of the track. But of course it was quite a clean fight. With some little touches. So it's still racing, guys. As Crankybot is watching to close in on his teammate right now. Not going for it right here. And definitely not going for it in Maggots Baggots. So he will wait and take it on the DRS, I guess. Having the faster tire. But not a lot of ERS so far, as GURPS is not giving up his place so easily. And Annoyed Gamer really trying to close in on Xen. But going a little wide, as a lot of guys taking a lot of penalties right now. As Annoyed Gamer already 11 seconds of penalty. And it's quite a fight in front of here. Forming a little train from P9 till P14. And oh, it's Skipper taking his place back, but had a little touch there. And oh, he spun and also taking Blaze with him. So that's unfortunate for both the drivers, as Skipper spun after a fight with another gamer and taking Blaze also off the track. And we have a yellow flag in sector 1, that's of course for Skipper. And now it will be hard for him to rejoin this fight. And Gerb still be as Crankybot already over to Gerbs, and now trying to close in on the Ferrari at P5. And Property really having a lot of fresh air right here with a 10-second gap on Smith. So what a race for him so far, as we have a yellow flag, and that's for Skipper. Guessing he has still really hard tires, as Annoyed Gamer is still really close behind Xane. But can he manage to overtake it? As we've seen a lot of fights going on in the back, as Haas also trying to defend on Pete. As Annoyed Gamer is now really close and faster than Xane. Almost touching right there, as we have a yellow in sector 2. So, oh, and that's also for Skipper again. So his tires are quite heated up. And Annoyed Gamer not able to get the place so far. As both cars are on equal ERS. Finding their way up to Maggots Beckett. And is Annoyed Gamer gonna be close enough to make a move on the DRS? Yes, I think he is. No, he's still too far away. And not close enough to make a late braking. As Crankybot takes the fastest lap. So let's watch to the position changes so far, as we see that Property definitely having his day today. So he took 16 places so far and looking to just win this race with an 11 seconds gap on Smith. So that's a really well race for him. Also from the Ferrari taking 10 places. Ralph rejoining on the place he started. And also Xane taking 3 places and Peter Pirate taking 3 places. So it's quite a race so far, as special for Property taking 16 places. As we are on board with Annoyed Gamer right now. Seeing him still fight for that P9, but not able to close in fast enough and overtake him on the DRS zones. As we have a yellow for sector 3, and that's the Ferrari. Rejoining the track right now, but of course Maverick closing in right, so maybe he will lose the place right here. As he went on the grass, so his tires will be a little bit slippery. And Maverick already closing in really fast on those soft tires. As Annoyed Gamer, oh! And we just managed to catch that on stream, but Annoyed Gamer went for the move, but didn't manage it. Because of a little touch, I guess, but kept it out of the wall, going for the DRS zone right now. As Ralph takes a 3-second penalty and only 2 cars on track, having no penalties at all. It's CrankyBot and Smith so far. Let's see if they can manage to have a position right there. As for now, virtual CrankyBot will take P4. No, he won't take P4, so excuse me. Yeah, not closing in on Ralph fast enough right now. As Skipper also takes another 3-second penalty. So in the back, a lot of guys having a lot of time penalties. So unfortunate for them. As also Bogarovsky, quite a race for him so far. Taking 4 places and looking to go for that podium with only 2 laps going. As Ralph is closing up on him. Taking a fastest sector 2, I believe. Into Maggot's Beckett, but not in the DRS. Oh, he just managed to get in the DRS. So he is closing in on him right now, but can he manage to close the gap quick enough within 2 laps? And Annoyed Gamer still stuck behind Xane, almost looking like he doesn't want to make a move again. Of course, having some touches with each other, some touches. And now trying to close in, but not going from way too deep, as Ralph is really close behind Bogarovsky right now. Having DRS within 5/10. Not making it until now, but he's really close. As Annoyed Gamer takes another 3-second penalty. And a yellow in sector 1. That is for Annoyed Gamer. He spun. Probably again in the fight with Xane. And Annoyed Gamer on 17 seconds of penalty. So that won't help him out. Keeping his position. And also Blaze going for the move. And he just took the move. Oh, but he went wide and Haas easily crosses him back. So also a lot of fights going on in the back. As Ralph is closing in on Bogarovsky. And also Gerbs, real close behind his teammate, who is of course on a softer tire. As we are watching Ralph right now. And Ralph going for the DRS and managed to overtake Bogarovsky here. With a clean overtake, but Bogarovsky tried to cross him back, so going side to side right here. This is something we want to see in the last lap. This is a really close fight right here. As let's see, Haas disqualified for not going for a different tire. So that didn't work out, as Ralph takes position now at P3. But Bogarovsky still really close behind him. On the hanger straight and overtook Ralph again. So what a fight going on here in the last lap. Going through the last corners. As Property takes the win of today. Smith to P2. Dropped 1 place but still has a podium, and also Bogarovsky taking P3 and Ralph at P4. So what a fight going on in the last lap for the Williams and the McLaren. A really nice race today, so guys, as we see the last cars going into the last corners right now. As Skipper already had a flag, finishing flag for, yeah, a lot of seconds behind, of course. So yeah, what a spectacular last lap was this, and what a spectacular race with Property taking the win here on Silverstone C5 division, and also driver of the day, as of course really deserved, taking 16 places in the race. And here we have the podium with Property at 1, Smith at P2 and Bogorowski on P3. As we go through the final standing, Property of course winning the race. Smith at P1, P2, Bogorowski at P3, Ralph at P4, Crankybot P5, and Curbs P6. As Crankybot takes the fastest lap. And let's watch the back. Of course, some DNFs, some disqualifying, so that's unfortunate for those guys. But what a race we saw today, guys. And for tonight, this is it. I'm not going to manage to do interviews for tonight. Thanks all for watching. I really enjoyed my first commentary on the first race on the last race before the break week, and I hope you all enjoyed it, and hopefully till soon.